Okay. There we go. Okay, this is the annual meeting of the board, rescheduled from October 27th to today is Monday, November 4th. We called the meeting to order at 6:35 p.m. And Dan Rigo has moved to approve the past meeting minutes as a block. Katerina Scladoni has seconded. And I have 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Other board members. Can I get Jeff Harville? You are not a board member.
I can't use my camera, but I
Yes.
don't know what this, so I'm
Awesome.
here and yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amanda. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, Jeff. Do we have any of the Hoffman variety? Do we have a vote from you? Okay. Well, regardless, it is unanimous at this time.
I'm not a voter.
Oh, you're absolutely right. You are counted for quorum purposes, but you are not a voting member of the board. Yes, thank you so much. Okay. Motion passes. Thank you so very much. Okay. On to the next meeting agenda bit. For officer elections, we have the president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, and member at large. All of these officers comprise the administrative committee, and the president and at least one other officer need to be elected by the board, a majority vote from members of the board, but so long as the president and one other officer are from, board members, then other people could, non-board members could potentially fill roles just in case that was necessary. Does anybody want to nominate anybody for the role of president of the board?
I'd like to nominate Amanda McKay.
I second that.
All right. Katerina nominates, Dan seconds. All those in favor, or anybody else want to nominate anybody else? Hearing none. All those in favor of Amanda as president of the board?
Aye.
Chat raised hands are actually really helpful for me to count super easily. So we've got 4, 5. All right. 5 votes. Motion passes. Awesome. Congratulations, Amanda. You are the president of Ames board. Any nominations for the vice president of the board?
I'd like to.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'd like to nominate Jennifer Hamstra.
I second that.
All right. Katerina nominates Jennifer, Dan seconds. All those anybody else? Any other nominations for vice president? Hearing none. All those in favor of Jennifer Hamstra for vice president of Ames board? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Katerina, what is your vote? 5. Awesome. Thank you so much. Fabulous. Thank you very much. Okay. And congratulations, Jennifer, you are the vice president of Ames board of directors. All right, moving on to treasurer. Do we have any nominations for the treasurer of the board?
Katerina.
Dan nominates Katerina. Anybody else? Any other nominations? Jennifer seconds. Awesome. Awesome. Katerina. Any other nominations? Hearing none. All those in favor of Katerina Scladoni for treasurer of Arlington Independent Media's board of directors, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see, Zach, am I getting a vote from you? And Katerina, she's here. Yes. Okay. Fabulous. Awesome. 5 votes. Fabulous. Fabulous. Congratulations, Katerina. You are the treasurer of this board. Are there any nominations for secretary? this is a role that could be filled by somebody who is not on this board. I am here to help with the transition, but I am not able to continue on being the secretary in the capacity in which I have been. So we can certainly table that, and maybe from the wonderful group of people who have volunteered to be of assistance, maybe there can be like a sort of rotating schedule or something like that, or a team. That's totally fine. Happy to help figure that out.
Well, since he's not here, can we nominate Don Masters?
I believe he is joining as we speak, actually. Somebody, I guess we would need to make sure that he accepts that nomination.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Don Masters, is that you? Can you hear me, Don?
Don is muted.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Hello, yes. Fabulous.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Zoom.
What was that?
I just said thank you to Zoom.
Awesome. If your camera could be on for the purposes of electronic voting and quorum purposes. If you're not able to have your camera on at this moment, that's fine, but please, your camera needs to be on, Don. Thank you so much. Okay, we can come back to secretary. Is there any nominations for the member at large? This is kind of a what you make it role, as I understand. You know, a tiebreaker kind of role. Good to have 5 officers instead of 4 type of thing. Any nominations?
Can I nominate myself?
Absolutely, you can.
I will take
second that.
Sounds fun.
I second that.
Awesome. All those board members in favor of Dan Rigo as member at large, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. And Dawn is gone. But that's 5. So heck yeah. 5 votes. Congratulations, Dan. You are the official member at large for Arlington Independent Media Board of Directors. Can we all give a big round of applause to our officers for their service? Thank you so much. Hooray! Thank you all so much for your willingness to serve this organization, especially right now. You know, you are all truly rising to the occasion in really incredible ways, and you have my utmost respect. And I'm so thankful for what you're going to do. Is there any, I have a little bit of new business just to pop on just regarding like secretary transitions and Zoom things, but is there any old business that anybody wants to cover? Hearing none, I would just like to say that I've done some looking into, so I've been paying for my own like personal pro Zoom account in order for us to like have these meetings, because a free Zoom is not what AIM needs. So I would like to, what I can do, you have to go through TechSoup to get the nonprofit discount of like 50% off an annual plan. But what that would be is, I think it's like $60 for, ooh, Jennifer has new business as well. Awesome. It's like a $60 one-time payment that's with the discount applied for AIM to have a pro Zoom. You could have a couple of different accounts under the sort of domain there. And so I would love to do an in-kind donation to get that set up and cover the cost of that for AIM, so you guys can keep zooming. So that's all I want to say about that. And then also I've let the board members know about this, but I've got the Google Drive set up with the like roster and the working calendar sort of draft and all that. And the admin committee is charged with setting the sort of calendar for the new board to come and the retreat and everything, and admin committee meetings and setting up other committees and things like that. So I'll leave that to you guys, but just to sort of get you started and get moving. So yeah, that's sort of my transitional notes for you guys. Jennifer, was there additional stuff you wanted to discuss?
Yes, I'll keep this brief because it's very loud here. So I wanted to let everybody know that one of the things that we've been talking about is to have a facilitated working session with our members and the board of directors, facilitated by an outside individual to work through kind of our strategy going forward for AIM in the near term and future term. And also we can use this as communication back to the county as well as far as the direction that we want to take AIM into the future. So I have, through my network, I've identified an individual who's willing to volunteer. He's got amazing credentials to be doing this. He was a partner at my former firm at KPMG. He now is a CEO and owns his own consulting business. He's got a lot of experience with facilitating these types of events. He's also a person that has lived in Arlington for a very long time and loves the community and has done a lot for the community in the past. So he's very excited to help us. And I'm getting him started now. So I'm pretty excited about what he can help us to do and to help facilitate the membership and us with carving our direction forward. So that's it.
Oh yeah, that is awesome to hear. All right. Any further business from the board? Katerina.
Yeah, I would like to kind of inform the board, I think to the extent they have not been on any email exchanges and also membership that attended, we reached, as I mentioned in the last week's membership meeting, that I hope there won't be any bad developments when it comes to the financial situation of the organization. Unfortunately, they didn't happen, and that is even before that we, got the audit report. Pretty much 2 days after the members meeting, the Arlington County put a tax lien on AIM Bank's account. And it means that even the little money that we have there cannot be touched until we resolve issues around tangible property tax that AIM owes to the county. It turns out that the organization has not paid this tax even for 2023 and 2024, and the statutory amount is near $10,000. So that's essentially some, I mentioned the tax maybe in the last week's membership meeting, but the fact I didn't expect the county to act, this fast and put the lien on the account, which means that essentially any money that comes to the account, whether any memberships payment or any other cash that comes in, cannot be used for any purposes until the tax lien is removed. In order to have the tax lien removed or even proceed with reducing the tax liability, we absolutely have to conduct inventory of the assets of the organization. It turns out there are multiple files with some information about fixed assets, whether it's furniture or equipment, and these assets are in multiple locations, and we need volunteers to assist essentially completing a very comprehensive inventory of the assets that will have to be shared with the county. And we will have to assess collectively whether any of these assets can be disposed of if the organization doesn't need them, because I think the situation is pretty dire in the sense that in order to reduce some of those obligations that the organization has, we may need to come to the place where some assets may need to be sold. So even it may not be large amounts. Again, I don't have the expertise when it comes to technical equipment and how valuable it is and what is absolutely critical to keep going forward. But I'm bringing this up that I will, there will be appeal going out to members to assist with conducting this survey of assets that organization has in order to deal with the county tax commissioner of revenue office.
We'll have to also I guess I can do it. We'll have to do caucus then. I don't know how I don't know how it works, but, in terms of like the tax office versus like the county manager's office. But, we need to inform so that both sides of the county know that this is going on, because the part of the audit situation, that money is there's like I don't know how to describe it, I'm not an expert, but what's being looked at, that money is not, it's owed to the other side of the county. You know what I mean? Like it's, so if there is a ask for things to be sold, I think they have to figure out who is the first, the first creditor or whatever, who has the first take. So
I think it would,
I
probably would
think,
be government, right, as a creditor, and because I think that things that
yeah, but they're
the
both,
county had the right to put the lien on the accounts. I think that pretty much makes them first.
yes, I think we still have to, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I just, because I know that Takas and I had talked about, I asked him about selling assets to pay down our debt, and he said, well, that would be, it's an idea, but the assets may not actually belong to you anymore. So there is a, there's more discussion that has to evolve, I think. I don't know.
I agree. More discussion obviously, but I think and that may be part of the strategy, how to overcome this financial crisis, right? Because I think that's we know that we will need to submit the plan to the county. Obviously we have the space that we have on Quincy Street, right? That is rent free, I think, through the end of the year. So we will either have to vacate its space or get an extension. So I think there are obviously multiple financial issues that need to be resolved, and maybe that we have to essentially, whether it's an admin committee or recovery committee, has to meet on a frequent basis, and individual members have to undertake essentially responsibilities, right? Because I think there's all of us, we are volunteers, we have other jobs, and it just some of these tasks, it takes a lot of hours, right? And during the workday, right, when we have to be in our workplaces. So this is a call to membership to any of you who are on this call and you have not volunteered. We really do need help with the financial management area, in the fundraising area, because I think it's to overcome essentially this hurdle and move forward. It's absolutely essential that some of these liabilities be satisfied at least partially. You know, if we can negotiate down some of the others, but they're just not going to go away, all of them. So again, I think this is a call to membership to, if you can step up and assist us, we look forward to hearing from you and welcome your assistance.
Here, here. All right. I'm happy to send an email to current board members to try and get the ball rolling in terms of helping with scheduling kind of the next board year, and thinking about all of that stuff. Jeff Harville has asked in the chat, what is the total amount of debt?
I think that is going to be revealed
With a past due rent, I think neglected to include with the county, with the amount of past due rent to at the 3,700. This tax liability, I think we're looking close to $150,000, $160,000. on unpaid liabilities. And we have about, we have less than $2,500 in the bank account that we can't touch right now.
Zach, did I see you with a raised hand?
Sorry, the button got stuck.
You're good. Okay. Any further questions from board members or other folks here? Tom Scludoni has a question. Let's see. Thanks so much for being here, Don. Okay. All right, I'm seeing some questions in the chat. Taka suggested that AIM members would be briefed as well. Is there a plan for AIM members to be briefed on? Thank you for that question, Lynn. From my memory of, or actually, board member can answer that question.
I'm assuming this is the question about the audit, right? Whether on the outcome of the audit, whether members will be briefed. Is that the question, Lynn?
Yes, briefing on the audit.
I think it probably, I don't know, it has not been specifically mentioned to me, but we haven't had the official exit meeting yet. So I don't think it will happen before we have the official exit meeting, which was scheduled for this week, but has now been pushed back to next week.
And then Tom has asked in the chat, so the county sent us a tax bill for 2023, and this tax bill was based on an inventory of assets. Do we have that inventory from 2023?
I could not find the tax bill for 2023 or the inventory for 2023. So I think if the organization has to submit sort of like a return, complete the form online, informing the county of the assets. And I've seen it, the documentation prior to from 2021 and 2020. I think it was on the Borg archive folders, and I saw it this afternoon, but I haven't seen anything after that fact. And even the accounting system that we have, there's no record. They in the accounting system, QuickBooks, some of the invoices, some of the bills are saved, but I couldn't find anything related to the tax bill for 2023 or 2024.
So how did the county know what to tax us? Tom asks.
They assess the tax based on the statutory amount. So I don't know what that statutory amount was based on the last return they received, and basically they assess the amount based on that, which is possible because it was in the $9,500 $10,000 range based on the older returns that I saw. So it's likely it was based on that return. But again, I don't have access to the documentation yet.
Thanks for your questions, friends. Any other questions for the board?
I have a question for you, Claire. You had mentioned that there were a few or a couple people who had, offered to help in terms of the lack of a secretary. How
Had I
will
mentioned that?
I thought that's what you said at the beginning, but maybe I missed something.
I encouraged people to volunteer.
Sorry.
But I have not gotten, sorry, that was a misunderstanding on my part, sorry. No, I haven't gotten any people stepping forward to me. I wonder if maybe our volunteer coordinator, Colleen, might be able to maybe work with Jeff to figure out how to make that happen. But yeah, I'm happy to, I've kind of like laid some of the groundwork in terms of just the organizational systems, and like folders in the Google Drive and stuff. And then I've made a like how-to secretary Google Doc, that is a resource to people as well. So yes, perhaps the communications committee might be tapped for
I'll
help with this.
I'll work with Jeff and Colleen to get an email out to ask the membership if we've got somebody that's willing to step forward to help support as secretary going forward. If not, we'll try to figure out an alternate game plan.
Awesome. Katerina, I'm seeing a raised hand from you as well. Ah, gotcha. Oh, Zoom. Okay. Thank you so much, Jennifer, Jeff, and Colleen, wherever she may be. Okay. Alrighty then. Anything else that we should discuss at this moment? Hearing no further business. I suggest we adjourn. I guess, Amanda, since you're the president, if you were to say this meeting is now adjourned, that would make it official. And we'll be good to go.
7:02 p.m. and this meeting is adjourned.
Awesome. Thank you all so much and have a wonderful rest of your evening. I think that this election hopefully went really smoothly and quickly, and hopefully tomorrow's will as well. Heck yeah. Alrighty. Take care,
Thank you,
everyone.
Claire.
As you.
Thank you, Claire.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you.